Movie buffs, welcome back to the Movie Bay. This is Date. In today's video, we are going to take a look at my pickups for January. So without further ado, let's dive in and take a look at what I picked up. I picked up 3 titles from eBay, 2 from Best Buy, and 8 from Whatnot from my favorite seller, Alf's Cards. So without further ado, let's dive in, take a look at eBay first. So we're going to start with Angelina Jolie and Johnny Depp in The Tourist. The Tourist, this was a really good movie. I enjoyed the living hell out of this movie. I thought it was an absolute banger. The last 2 Depp films I picked up was this and The Rum Diaries. Both of these movies are excellent. Mel Gibson's We Were Soldiers, a really, really good war movie. Fantastic. And The Double with Richard Gere. I don't really have a lot of Richard Gere in my collection, but this is a good one, The Double. And then I picked up 2 from Best Buy, starting with Nicolas Cage and Joel Kinnaman in Symphony for the Devil. I didn't realize I was buying a steelbook when I got this because it was like 13 bucks. But anyway, it's in a steelbook, so that's great. Again, I'm not a steelbook fanatic, but when I come across them, if I don't have the movie, I'll definitely buy it. So here we go. This looked like a really good movie. The trailer for this movie make it look similar to Collateral with Jamie Foxx and Tom Cruise. It's like similar to that. So, good movie. Well, I didn't see it yet, but I'm just saying good movie, like far as like the vibe of the movie, I guess, or you know. This one's called The Boogeyman. I didn't know much about this one. I remember when it came out, I ran the trailer for it and looked at the comments. Everybody agreed this was a pretty good movie. And this is a Stephen King adaptation. Stephen King adaptations, depending on who's directing the movie, what studio's behind it, you either hit or miss. I'm going to say most Stephen King movies I like some more than others, but still, Stephen King adaptations, they hit or miss. So, from what I'm hearing, though, that's a good one. Then now what I picked up from Whatnot, starting with, and I really didn't realize, and again, with Whatnot, sometimes you got to pay attention and you got to ask questions if you're not sure of a title. You just got to type it in that little dialogue box. And it's all in real time, so they'll respond. I just didn't ask because I assumed, and I shouldn't have assumed, but I assumed that this was the newer Aquaman movie on 4K. It was laying down sideways in a stack. You know how they do it on Whatnot. And it said Aquaman, but I should have been looking for more text because the other one, the newer one, is called Aquaman something, something, something. So I should have been on alert right there, but it's fine. It was like $7. This whole stack from Whatnot was, with shipping, it was like $56 for this whole stack. So everything here probably would cost me like $7 each. So I'm not sweating it, but I got it on Blu-ray already. And don't get me wrong, the Aquaman movie was one of the better DC movies. But in far as superhero movies as a whole, it's just all right. And I definitely wouldn't have sprung for it on 4K if I known it was this one. But again, it was like $7. I consider this just an upgrade. I'll get rid of my Blu-ray. However, Aquaman. I do like the slip cover. It's nothing too fancy. Pretty decent movie. It's a good superhero movie, but it's just alright. It's a good movie. I'll leave it at that. I thought it was the new one. That's why I purchased it. I already got it, but it is what it is. This one is called The Marsh King's Daughter. This movie looks pretty good. Again, this was a blind buy, but I ran the trailer for it and it looked really good. That's how I do. I go to YouTube and run the trailer, and then when I'm looking at the trailer, I look at the comments to see what people who's seen the movie thought of the movie, and everybody thought pretty highly of that movie. Here's one that I saw on a streaming service that me and my wife watched it, and it was just okay. Now, this one got over 50 minutes of behind the scenes and special features. I will be watching those. I am a huge fan of the series, especially the first 2 movies. The remake, I guess the remake to the first one, I didn't like it. I didn't like how they gender swapped the kids, and I didn't like the ending, how it just left you hanging. And that is, this is Pet Sematary Bloodlines. This is more of a prequel. I forget the old guy name. The old guy, Jude, I think his name was Judd. Yeah, Judd. This is more about him starting off as like the guardian of the Pet Sematary. But it was an okay movie. I'm not going to sit and say it was a terrible movie. It wasn't terrible. It was okay. And here's one that I picked up. I wasn't going to pick up, but I saw the movie on, I forget what service me and my wife watched on. We watched it on the streaming service, and I thought it was a decent movie. It wasn't ground-shattering or groundbreaking, but I liked Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling's performance in this movie, and everybody else. They had a great cast. It was all right. And that's Barbie. I really wasn't going to buy this movie, but when I saw it, I said it's not that bad. And again, Whatnot make it pretty affordable to pick up movies that you're not too sure of. Would I have paid full price for this movie? No way. $7? Okay, fine. Take my money. Here's one. Now, this one I was really stoked for. Now, look, I watch YouTube movie critics, movie reviews. That's part of what I do on YouTube. I'm in the movie community, so I watch all different types of movie-related content. As far as guys who review movies, and some of them I trust their opinion more than others, and when the trustworthy ones say this wasn't a good movie, I believe them, but I still want to see it for myself and add it into my collection because it goes into my Exorcist collection. This is Exorcist Believer, and not one movie critic or reviewer said this was a good movie, but I'm going to check it out for myself because there's plenty of movies where some of the better reviewers that I like Chris Duckman, Cody. What's his name? Cody, Cody, he's one of the better guys that I watch. His videos are very, Cody Leash. His content is very entertaining, and he said this was a shit fest, but I'm going to watch it anyway. Exorcist Believer on 4K. So I'm going to check that one out. Dumb Money, all-star cast. This movie looks pretty good. Look at this. You got Paul Dano, Pete Davidson, Vincent D'Onofrio, America Ferrera, Anthony Ramos, Nick Offerman, loved them in Last of Us, Sebastian Stan, Shailene Woodley, and Seth Rogen. Look at all that star power. With a star power like that, it's going to either be hit or miss. Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earth Part 1. I love the Justice League animated movies. I probably got damn near all of them. So that's part 1. Can't wait for part 2 to come out. And then this is one where I definitely wouldn't have bought these like one by one. And I wouldn't have paid anything over $10 for all 3 of them together. I wouldn't have. I'm not saying they was terrible movies. It's just not a collection that I would have went out and just got. But on Whatnot, he had it on sale. And his sale, Alf's card sale that I took part in, it was buy 3, get 1 free. So I picked up the Divergent 3-film collection. And he, again, buy 3, get 1 free. It was like, it all broke down to about $7 each. So yeah, to get all 3 of these for $7 with a decent little slipcover like that, I said, all right, why not? And in this collection, you got Divergent, Insurgent, and Allegiant. Again, these movies wasn't horrible. These, to me, in the Maze Runner, they're okay movies. I see what they was doing. They was all riding the Hunger Games hype train, but neither series came close to the Hunger Games. I actually enjoy the Hunger Games. Again, Maze Runner, that series was okay, and this series was, to me, below Maze Runner. But again, these movies, they're watchable. If you're looking for something to watch and you throw these on, you're not going to be like, oh, God, they're terrible. They're not the Hunger Games, and, you know, it is what it is. So that's everything I picked up from Whatnot. Some really good stuff I picked up from Whatnot for the money. So let's recap everything. This is from Whatnot, the Divergent 3-film collection. Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earth Part 1. Dumb Money. The Exorcist Believer. Barbie. Pet Sematary Bloodlines. This is a prequel. The Marsh King's Daughter. Aquaman. I got robbed on this one. Not really, but I thought it was the second one, but it is what it is. The Boogeyman. Let me try to get it without that glare. I got a light right above me. And moving close so you can see it. Yeah, there we go. Symphony for the Devil. This looks really good. And it's in a steelbook. And that was from Best Buy. The last 2 was Best Buy. eBay, The Double. Mel Gibson's We Were Soldiers. And The Tourist. So guys, that's my January pickups. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting the channel. See you for February pickups and a couple of videos in between. I know I was pumping out content left and right there for a little bit. I was, for those of you who know, I was out on disability a little bit. I had some surgery, so I was out of work for a little bit. I'm back to work. I've been back to work now for over a month, so my schedule is back to the way it was. Video here, video there. in between on my days off and stuff like that. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.